What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have got the WWE Fastlane 2021 review. Pretty good show. Let's get into it. Starting off over here on the kickoff show, we had Matt Riddle versus Mustafa Ali for the United States Championship. And I actually didn't even get to see the match until the end. I was just coming up and I didn't realize it was going to be on the kickoff show. And I turned on the kickoff show and that was what was happening. But basically what happened was on the top rope, Matt Riddle and Mustafa Ali were getting into like a fight and stuff, and then Matt Riddle grabbed Mustafa Ali and hit the Bro Derek, I think it's called, or something like that. But anyway, he hit his finishing move off the top rope and pinned him 1, 2, 3, and Matt Riddle is still the United States Champion. Pretty cool match, or at least pretty cool ending. I didn't get to see the rest of the match. I'll give it a 8 out of 10 for the finish alone, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm going to rank the matches as well. And then on to the main show, we had Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair versus Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler with Reginald in their corner for the Women's Tag Team Championships. And this was a pretty good match, but at the end, it came down to Sasha and Bianca. And Sasha had Nia Jax, she had Shayna Baszler in the bank statement, and then Bianca ran over and tried to help Sasha by beating up Nia, but Nia grabbed Bianca and threw her into Sasha, which broke up the pin, or the submission, and then Reginald got in the way and everything, and Sasha got mad at Bianca, told her to get out of here, you're the rookie. So Bianca got back on the apron and said, you don't need my help. And then boom, 1, 2, 3, Sasha gets rolled up and they lose and they don't become the tag team champions. After the match, when Nia and Shayna left and everything, Sasha said, Bianca, you're the rookie, and smacked the crap out of her. Just smacked her right across the face. Didn't turn heel or anything, just smacked her right in the face and then walked out. But Bianca said, it's okay because at WrestleMania, I'm going to take your title. And yeah, they're setting up this match. And hopefully we can finally get Sasha and Bianca rivalry, just them, no Nia Jax or anything. I'm hoping we get that, and yeah, let's move on. Also, really quickly, I'm going to give that match a 6 out of 10. Not that cool, but Bianca and Sasha carried the match heavily. And then after that, we had a surprisingly short match between the guy who just fell, Apollo Crews, and Big E for the Intercontinental Championship. So they were both going back and forth, and this match has been hyped up for a while, good storytelling, and then they got into this weird sort of roll-up thing, and Big E technically got Apollo's shoulders down and counted to 3 and got the win, but as soon as the bell rung, bam, Apollo Crews was back on the attack, just beating up Big E, and he hit him with 3 suplexes, like he slapped him across the face 6 times, he was yelling at him to get up and stuff, and he was standing on his face, holding his arms in the air. So we're definitely going to get a rematch on SmackDown, or maybe even WrestleMania, but I would rather see a 6-man ladder match between, like, Apollo, Big E, Shinsuke, maybe Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan. I would like to see that instead. But pretty good match. I'm going to give that a 5 out of 10 because the match was really short, but the actual ending of it, like where they were fighting after the match, that was better. Like, but that's not the match, so it doesn't count. So the match itself was like a 5, but the after the match was like really good. Then after that, we were scheduled to have Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon, but earlier on in the day, Shane McMahon was training and he hurt his knee. And then when he's coming out of the trainer's room to see if his knee was okay, Elias comes up to him and says, Shane, I really want to perform at WrestleMania. And Shane goes, not right now. And he goes, I'll literally do anything, Shane. Just please let me perform at WrestleMania. And Shane goes, you'll do anything, huh? Listen to this. And then the screen goes to black and we don't hear what they're going to say. And then when it's time for Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon, Elias is in the ring with Shane and Jackson Riker and he's performing. And then Shane goes, one more thing. Sorry to interrupt you. I know you get interrupted a lot, but you're replacing me. And then he just left. And then Braun Strowman came out. The match was a squash match. Braun Strowman wins easily. I'm going to give this a 2 out of 10. Yeah. It's Braun Strowman versus Elias. Who cares? Hopefully we get the match at WrestleMania, which I'm pretty sure we are. Braun Strowman versus Shane at WrestleMania. That would be pretty cool. Definitely going to be a good match. But the Braun versus Elias match, I'm going to give that a 1. Then after that, we had Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a really good match. And towards the end, Seth Rollins went for this went for the curb stomp, but Shinsuke blocked him. But Rollins kept his foot on his knee and hung him, and then did like a backflip kick or something to Shinsuke. That was awesome. The commentators went crazy for it. And then he hit Shinsuke with a stomp. 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins wins the match. There was no Cesaro. I thought for sure Cesaro was going to come back and uppercut him or something after the match. Nothing like that happened. Seth Rollins just won the match, and that was it. But yeah, this was a really good match. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. It's Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura. What do you think? Obviously, it's going to be a good match. Then after that, we definitely had the match of the night. We had Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus in a no-holds-barred match. In my last video about my predictions video, you may have noticed that I said it was a regular match because I didn't know it was a no-holds-barred match. So that was a surprise. But yeah, this was a really good match. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus completely destroyed the Thunderdome. They went through the Thunderdome screens and there was explosions. They went through the announce table. They hit each other with pieces of the announce table. They hit them with kendo sticks. They had marks all over them. They were gasping for breath. You could tell they were actually hurt, or at least they were being good actors and pretending they were. But the end of the match, Sheamus picked up a piece of the announce table and he was going to try to hit Drew McIntyre with it. But instead, Drew McIntyre caught him, hit him with a future shock, which is a DDT, onto the piece of table, and then 1, 2, 3, Claymore kick, 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins the match, and it would have been a little bit better if this was a #1 contender match and the winner faces Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania, which would have made it a little bit more special, but we kind of knew Drew McIntyre was going to win because there's no way they're going to have him face Bobby Lashley, one of the strongest men on the roster, probably the strongest men on the roster, and then he's going to lose before WrestleMania. I didn't think that was going to happen. So Drew McIntyre wins. This was a 10 out of 10 match. Yeah, I'm just saying, that was an awesome match. Then after that, we had the weirdest match of the night. So we had Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss. Randy Orton makes his entrance, and he's on the top rope doing his pose, his signature pose that he always does. And in the middle of it, he just spits up that black goo again. And he's like, "Give me a towel. Where are you at, Alexa Bliss?" Alexa Bliss makes her entrance, and she's got her regular theme song, then the Firefly Funhouse theme song, but it's all distorted and stuff. And they're wrestling, they're going back and forth, and then the lights go out, and Randy Orton runs to Alexa Bliss, and boom, right in the middle of the ring, flames go up, and Randy Orton goes crazy. He's like, "What the heck?" Flames go down, then Randy Orton charges at Alexa. He hits his shoulder right on the ring post, and they both are outside of the ring. And Alexa's like, "Are you okay?" And then she's laughing. They run around to the side of the ring, and then Randy Orton goes for Alexa Bliss, and a piece of the freaking lights, the stage equipment, fell, almost landed on Randy Orton, and then they didn't though. Randy Orton goes into the ring. He goes to fight Alexa when some weird slimy hand comes out of the ring and grabs Randy Orton's ankle. Randy Orton kicks him off while Alexa's sitting on the top rope. And then the hole in the ground from this weird hand goes up in flames, and the Fiend comes out. He's got, all burned up. His mask is all burned. His hair is all tied and knotted up. He's got, bandages all over him. All his skin is slimy and stuff. And he literally doesn't have the same attire at all. The only thing that's a little bit close to it is his hair and his mask, which is all burned up and stuff. But it ended with Alexa Bliss pushing Randy Orton into the Fiend, Sister Abigail. Then Alexa Bliss sat on Randy Orton like this and pinned him. 1, 2, 3, and it ended with just them standing over Randy Orton like this. The Fiend is back, and we're going to be getting the match at WrestleMania. I do like the Fiend's new attire, but I do hope that we also get his old attire back eventually, because I like how simple it was, yet how scary it was. But yeah, that was a really good match. The match itself was crap, but the storytelling of it was really good, so I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Plus the Fiend returns, so that's always cool. I love the Fiend. And then in the main event, we had the Tribal Chief, the Universal Champion Roman Reigns, versus the leader of the Yes Movement, Daniel Bryan, for the Universal Championship, with Edge as the special guest enforcer. And yeah, Jey Uso was not a part of this match at first. He didn't come out with Roman Reigns. And this whole match was Daniel Bryan is going to make Roman Reigns tap out. So he almost did. And then at the end of the match, Daniel Bryan has Roman Reigns in his sights. He goes for a running knee. Boom. Roman Reigns moves out of the way, and Daniel Bryan hits the referee. So the referee goes out of the ring. And I guess the whole reason Edge is a special guest enforcer is that once the ref goes down, Edge takes over. So Edge is the new referee. He goes in there, and Roman Reigns spears Daniel Bryan. He counts 1, 2. Daniel Bryan kicks out. So Edge is in the ring, Daniel Bryan's in the ring, and Roman Reigns is in the ring. Jey Uso comes down, super kicks Edge. So technically Roman should be disqualified if Edge is the ref, but that didn't happen. Then he super kicks Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan gets up, or he goes to super kick Daniel Bryan. Edge goes down. Getting all mixed up. Jey Uso goes out of the ring and grabs a steel chair. He goes to hit Daniel Bryan, but Daniel Bryan moves out of the way. Running knee to Jey Uso, so Jey Uso goes down. And then he beats Jey Uso up with a chair. Daniel Bryan's got the chair now. He goes to hit Roman Reigns, but instead he misses and hits Edge, so Edge goes down. And then Daniel Bryan grabs Roman Reigns, puts him in the yes lock. Roman Reigns taps out, but since the referee is down and Edge is down, they don't see it. So Roman Reigns taps out, and then BAM! Daniel Bryan gets hit with a steel chair by Edge. Then Edge hits Roman Reigns with a steel chair, beats him up, walks out and says, "This is my moment. Stop trying to take it from me." Edge leaves. New referee comes in, and Roman Reigns just lays on Daniel Bryan. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns is still the Universal Champion, and we are most definitely going to be getting a triple threat match for the Universal Championship at WrestleMania between Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, and Edge. This match was a 10 out of 10. This was an awesome match. At first, I was kind of bored. I was on my phone and stuff. This match was pretty boring, but then it picked up, and it was awesome. The whole show, Fastlane, was a pretty good show before WrestleMania. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Yeah, the worst match on the card was Braun Strowman versus Elias, and the best match on the card was a tie between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan and Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. Drew McIntyre and Sheamus might be leaning towards better by a little bit, but yeah, this was a really good show. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe, turn on the post notifications, and yeah, go check out my other videos, my Fortnite and WWE videos, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.